chilling. Some murders are solved in days, some take years. And then there are cases so disturbing, so baffling, that decades later, investigators still have no answers, no arrests, no justice, only theories. These are the top 5 most disturbing unsolved murder mysteries ever. Number 5. The Isdal Woman. In 1970, a hiker in Norway made a terrifying discovery. A woman's burned body lay in a remote valley known as Isdal, a place locals called Death Valley. She had no identification. Her fingerprints had been scraped off, and every label had been cut from her clothing. Police later discovered suitcases filled with wigs, fake passports, and coded notebooks. She had traveled across Europe using multiple false identities. Was she a spy, a criminal, or someone hiding from something far worse? More than 50 years later, no one knows who she was or how she died. Candle number 4. The Hinterkaifeck murders. In 1922, a family living on a remote German farm was brutally murdered. 6 people, 1 weapon, no signs of forced entry. But the most disturbing detail came later. Neighbors realized someone had been living on the farm for days after the murders. The animals were fed, meals were cooked, the fire was kept burning. Whoever committed the crime never left any solid evidence. And to this day, the identity of the killer and their motive remains unknown. Candle number 3. The death of Elisa Lam. In 2013, surveillance footage from a hotel elevator in Los Angeles went viral. It showed a young woman acting frightened, pressing buttons, and speaking to someone no one else could see. Days later, her body was found inside a hotel water tank. Authorities ruled it an accident, but questions flooded in. How did she access the locked roof? Why were the elevator doors malfunctioning? And why did guests complain about the water beforehand? Years later, people are still divided. Accident, cover-up, or something else entirely. Number 2. The disappearance of the Sodder children. On Christmas Eve 1945, a house fire destroyed the Sodder family home in West Virginia. 5 children were believed to have died, but investigators found no remains, no bones, no ashes, nothing. The parents believed their children were kidnapped. Years later, the family received a mysterious photo showing a boy who looked identical to one of the missing children. The case was never reopened, and the fate of the Sodder children remains one of America's strangest mysteries. Number 1. The Zodiac Killer. In the late 1960s, a serial killer terrorized Northern California. He taunted police, sent coded letters to newspapers, and claimed responsibility for murders no one could confirm. Despite thousands of suspects, countless theories, and modern DNA testing, the Zodiac Killer was never identified. Some believe he stopped, others believe he was caught for unrelated crimes, and some fear he was never caught at all. Decades later, the case still haunts investigators and the public. 5 cases, 5 mysteries, and 0 answers. Which one do you think will ever be solved? Which case deserves justice first? Share your comments below.